A 15-year-old DeKalb boy dies from flu complications. What school officials are doing now to stop students from getting sick.
An investigation is now underway after a World War II veteran dies while in the care of a local nursing home. Why those nurses could soon face murder charges.
An officer dies serving a simple warrant. We dive deeper into the dangers of that job.
A construction worker dies on the job, hit by a driver in the road construction zone. Why was the driver there in the first place?
You won't believe what Chloe Kim was doing between her gold medal runs. And we are in the middle of the worst flu season in nearly a decade, and now the flu has claimed the life of a young boy in DeKalb County. 15-year-old Miguel Martinez died from flu complications on Sunday. 11 Alive's Faith Abube joins us now from DeKalb County School headquarters. And Faith, such a sad story tonight. What have you learned about this young man?
DeKalb County school officials had to make that sad and painful announcement to his classmates today. When they last saw him last week, they tell me he looked healthy. He looked just fine. So the sudden death really came as a shock.
All my friends were like, they were telling me, bro, he died. I'm like, it's not true. I don't believe that.
15-year-old Miguel Martinez was supposed to be here at Cross Keys High School today. Instead, his friends are left posting heartbreaking messages like this one on social media.
When I found out that he passed away, I got really sad because it was one of my closest friends.
He's not going to be there, and I'm not going to see his face anymore.
The sophomore was just getting his footing here at Cross Key. He was smart, enjoyed playing soccer, video games, and had so many dreams for his future.
He was really loving and caring.
Martinez is now one of more than 60 people who've died so far this flu season in the state of Georgia.
I have an empty space in my soul right now as I grieve for the family.
DeKalb County School Superintendent Dr. R. Stephen Green says just last week the district was celebrating the fact that this flu season had spared them.
We had not experienced death as a result of the influenza virus. Unfortunately, the sickle has come our way.
And minimizing that risk to other students means spraying, wiping, and disinfecting every surface throughout DeKalb County schools. They're using twice as much disinfectant cleaner as they did before the flu season. They're trying everything they can to minimize the risk.
It can't totally eliminate the risk, but it can minimize the risk as much as possible.
And for a family who's already lost the battle, Green wants them to know they are not alone.
We care for you, and we want to wrap our arms around you as much as possible and give you the support you need to get through this difficult time.
And grief counselors were on campus today to help the students get through this difficult time, as you just heard from the superintendent, Vinny.
All right, thanks so much, Faith. Tonight, the Brookhaven Police Department is taking action thanks to an 11 Alive investigation. Now, you may remember And you may recall, folks, we uncovered nursing home staff laughing while a resident died right in front of them. The deceased, a World War II veteran. 11 Alive investigator Andy Parati explains how his investigation led police to reopen the case and now the possible criminal charges that nursing home staff could be facing.
He died begging for assistance inside the Northeast Atlanta Health and Rehabilitation Center, pressing his call button half a dozen times. A hidden camera rolling on it all. Instead of helping keep 89-year-old James Dempsey alive, the 2014 video catches nursing home staff laughing while the World War II veteran slowly stops breathing. The video sparked outrage across the country, with lawmakers like U.S. Senator Marco Rubio tweeting, "How can this happen?" Others on social media calling the nurse's actions criminal.
Major Burke was watching the news and caught the story on that Friday.
Today, Brookhaven Police Major Brandon Gurley says Dempsey's death is now under criminal investigation.
How instrumental was our story into reopening this case?
It was very instrumental because there was information in the news report that you guys aired that our detectives had not seen yet.
For weeks, the department says it reviewed Dempsey's medical records and interviewed staff seen in the video. One of those in the video includes nursing supervisor Wanda Knuckles, who worked the night Dempsey died. This is her in a court deposition explaining what she says she did when Dempsey stopped breathing.
Until the time the paramedics arrived, were you giving CPR continuously?
Yes.
The hidden camera forced her to change her story.
Contrary to the way you testified previously, there's no one doing CPR, is there?
No.
About a month ago, Brookhaven Police handed its findings over to the DeKalb County District Attorney's Office to determine if it will seek charges.
I can't fathom them not pressing charges. I can't fathom.
Meg Strickler is a criminal defense attorney in Atlanta. She's represented nurses accused of crimes in the past and believes staff seen in the video could face murder charges.
Facts are, we have a person who died. Facts are, he pushed those buttons. There's corroborating evidence beyond the video that show that he's pushing the button for help. No one comes.
Last year, operators of the nursing home took 11 Alive to court to try to prevent us from airing the video. Today, law enforcement is now using it to determine if those tasked with caring for Dempsey were responsible for his death.
And 11 Alive investigator Andy Parati joins us now. And Andy, we know there's a criminal investigation underway. Any word from the nursing home?
You know, we've reached out to Sava Senior Care, who owns this facility. No response at all.
How about members of the staff, the nurses that were working?
You know, we've been trying to find them, going to old addresses, phone numbers, no response.
All right. Now, there's the video. We talked about this in your first follow-up. That certified nurse's assistant, the one who's in the room while Mr. Dempsey's gasping for air, she was still certified last time we talked. Is she still certified?
And according to the state, she's still certified today. And the state says that they saw the same piece of video that we aired in our story. And as a reminder, here's a little bit of video from the last story.
And instead of performing CPR in an attempt to save his life, you're changing the pillow sheet. The pillow cover.
Again, the state says they saw that same piece of video, Vinny, but they found no wrongdoing, and she still has her state certification.
Any deadline from the DA for this investigation?
We don't have any deadline. We know that the DA is working on it. They said as soon as they have an update, they'll provide one.
All right. Thanks so much, Andy. Good work.
I'm Ron Jones with your Speed Feed. New details tonight about an Athens high school student arrested for molesting 2 girls on a school bus. 19-year-old Timothy Willingham is charged with 2 counts of felony child molestation and 1 count of felony sodomy. Police say school bus surveillance video shows the encounter between Willingham, who's a student at Clark Central High, and 2 girls, 15 and 16 years old. This all took place February 6th. District officials say there were no monitors riding the bus at the time. And we are holding the powerful accountable tonight after it took DeKalb County Police more than an hour to respond to a call about a body found in a park. A teenager found the body on February 1st, face down in some leaves at a school park, but a DeKalb County Police spokesperson says a first-year 911 dispatcher mislabeled the call as low priority, delaying the response. Sad news out of Dawson County, folks. High school senior, their homecoming queen, killed today when her car spun into the path of a tractor trailer. This happened early this morning on Highway 53, just outside of Dawsonville. The sheriff's office says 18-year-old Grace Shear lost control of her Honda CR-V after overcorrecting on a curve. The truck driver was not hurt. And Vinny, at this point, the truck driver is not facing any charges.
Yeah, really a tragic story on the road there, and we've got another one here, Ron, as well. Thanks so much. All right, how many times have we seen barrels and cones on the freeway marking a construction zone? Now, I've got, tonight we did some research. We found like 50 pages worth of construction projects which are slated for Cobb County, DeKalb County, Fulton, Gwinnett counties so far this year. And every time a construction project goes up, the men and women working are put at risk of being injured, sometimes even killed. This happened to a worker in Gwinnett County last Friday. Natisha Lance on the scene tonight. Natisha, why was the driver of that car in the construction zone in the first place?
Well, Vinny, just as you mentioned, this happened in the very early morning hours last Friday, and I want to give you a better look, so I'm going to step out of the way so we can push in a bit here so you can see what we're talking about. You can still see those orange barrels, and that is an indication of the construction zone. And if you look further down, Pete's going to push in here, you can see the sign for 985 North. That is the exit that this happened right in front of where this crash happened. Now, there's no question these road repair sites are dangerous for workers, but they could be for drivers too. Just before dawn, Gwinnett County Police tweeted this response to a crash on I-85 North near the I-985 North split after a construction worker was hit by a driver. The two left lanes of the freeway were closed just before the exit. Police say the driver of a maroon Toyota Corolla drove into the marked and closed construction zone as 42-year-old Lamar Ragland was removing traffic barrels at the end of the zone. The driver told police he realized he was in the zone and was in the process of looking behind him to get back out. That's when he collided with Ragland, throwing him into the windshield, then rolling down the side of the car before stopping. The worker was transported to Gwinnett Medical Center by medic with serious injuries. Today he died. This got us wondering, how often does this happen? The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows 609 workers were killed from injuries in work zones across the country between 2011 and 2015. In Georgia, we had 5. But last year, at least 1 on I-20 when a car hit a road crew working between the interstate and the exit ramp for Georgia 61. And police say the driver who hit Ragland will likely be charged with vehicular homicide. And I was able to text with one of the brothers of the victim today, and he said that they are still overcome with grief after all of this, but they wanted to send a message to people by saying that they wanted to inform everyone what the dangers are that these workers are up against on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Natisha Lance, thanks so much. Team USA right now on fire in the Olympics. Chloe Kim living up to the hype on the half pipe. We'll tell you why social media is going crazy for what she did between the competitions.